All right, John's Lake just dropped in. There's a little, we are on the far east end. There's a little park with a little, basically a little floating dock. You can launch a kayak in, and then this canal takes you to the marsh area, as I believe it's called, which is like an area that they created for John's Lake basically not too long ago, where they flooded kind of a marsh, I guess. It was already kind of a wetland area, and they flooded it, and now it's kind of a part of John's Lake. So this, the end of this spot, canal, spits you out in there. So we're gonna keep going further though, more to the main lake. Once we get in there, there's like I think that's Turkey Island right there and stuff like that. There should be a lot of hydrilla. You know, I'm already seeing a lot of hydrilla in this canal. The water is way, way up. I mean, way up. Like you can't even see the defined edge of this canal because it's so high up. So there's getting a lot of rain lately and stuff. You know, I try to fish this lake. I try to fish it fairly regularly to some extent. It just doesn't work out that way. And today I was like, you know what, screw it. We're gonna check in. Haven't been here in a while. I kind of bounce between here and Toho as, you know, the two bigger lakes that I like to fish as far as learning like a larger body of water and stuff, and trying to really, you know, continually learn like a larger body of water. But not only that, specifically a larger body of water that I know holds big fish, and there are double digits caught out of here in Toho obviously every year. So, you know, my goal to learn about a lake and target a double digit. I've kind of over the years convinced myself that you know, it would be random to catch a double digit out of these smaller bodies of water that I fish. I mean, plenty of them, you know, hold really good sized bass, and it's not impossible, but I almost think my best bet is to do what I'm doing now, which is to commit the time to really learn a large body of water that I know holds a quantity of those fish. So that's kind of what we're doing. You know, a few times every year we come here and we drop in, and you know, usually get my butt handed to me, but it happens. And it's hard if it's super windy. You know, I got to pick and choose my days to come out on a large lake, so I'm not getting completely blown all over the place. But that's a whole long rant, and let's paddle out and get to fishing. There's one. There we go. There we go. Not that big, but I saw that guy kind of bust the surface, so I made a sling out there. All right, we're on the board today. Little guy. Little guy. Oh, he's got a nice fat belly, though. Nice fat belly for this little guy. Look at that. That's healthy belly. All right, so drop that guy back in. So you can see here there's hydrilla. We're still technically, I gotta turn around. We're still technically right in the canal. This is where the canal spits out to the main lake. You've got hydrilla that line the canal, and when we made that last turn around the corner to come into the main lake, I started seeing fish kind of bust the surface in, you know, along the hydrilla edge. So when we got to this spot, you know, I saw a fish bust right here. We went steady Eddie 5-inch Senko, just a little light Texas rig, 16th ounce, real finessey deal, but I'm not gonna like throw it truly into the hydrilla, but kind of work it around, and it works out pretty well. It comes through easily. And we saw activity. There's like 3 or 4 boats back here in this marsh area. You know, this is the opening to the marsh basically. And man, why not? Good starting point. There's one. Let's get another one. There's one. There's another one. Oh man, he was a little guy. That was another little guy. but they're around here, man. Oh, there's a bite. Come on, get it. There we go. There we go. I made sure this guy had it before I set the hook. Is that a gar? What is this? Oh, no, that's a bass. All right. Looked like I saw a little pointy nose action. All right, there's another little guy, but look at that fat belly. Look at that. That's another healthy little bass, dude. Beautiful dark fish. We're in, you know, we got hydrilla, we got super dark tannic water, we got super dark, beautiful, fat, healthy bass. Nothing big, but man, it's been a long time coming. Our tide's changing, you know, we're starting to get those cold evenings, and I feel like the fish are just definitely getting more active, starting to bite more. So these past few trips that I've come out where I've just focused on catching fish, I've had really good trips. So hopefully, you know, we'll probably move off this area soon, especially if we catch a few small ones. I want to get out on the main lake and do some exploring today, but here we go. There's number 2. That was the second fish. It was like the 4th bite though. I missed a couple. So we're definitely there up in this hydrilla. You know, I fished the outside edge of the hydrilla. You can see it, spots of emergent hydrilla, but there's definitely channels and holes and stuff on this inside edge. So we just kind of swung around the outside, and then we're coming through the inside edge and fishing along. Oh, there's a bite. Come on. There we go. Am I just hung on something? Oh no, there's a fish on there. There's definitely a fish in here. Oh man, he's just jammed up in here. Kind of fell asleep with the wheel on this guy. There's definitely a fish in here somewhere. Oh, I see him. He's right in here somewhere. Oh, I got him. I got him. I got him. Another little guy. Had to dig him out of the goo. Oh man, he absolutely choked it. I gave it to him too long. We're gonna have to figure this out. You see all the hydrilla that we're flipping around right here. I was just pitching the outside. This guy, he got a hold of it, and he swam right into this clump. You know, these small fish, sometimes it's hard to feel the bite. They've been nipping at it all morning. So usually when that happens and I can tell I'm around smaller fish, you know, I'm gonna let them have it, you know, so they get it in their mouth. You can see he's not the biggest mouth on the small fish, so they kind of mouth it a lot. And so if you want to catch a small fish, usually you gotta feel those nips and really make sure that they have it, and feel the weight of the fish before you set the hook. But with that, sometimes they get a little too far down the gullet. You got to dig it out, but no big deal. We'll release that guy alive and well. So there's number 3. There we go. There's one. There's another one. Oh, that feels decent. Ah, another little guy. All right. There's a fish. Kind of worked our way out of the marsh area. We're we're on the main lake, basically. That whole area across the way is like the general marsh area, what they call the marsh, where they flooded it and all that. And we made our way to the main lake and kind of drifted down and fished the outskirts of that. There's hydrilla everywhere in this lake, basically. I mean, everywhere. Let's let this guy go. So we just kind of pulled over here. I was thinking maybe we might make a run this way and fish docks. But I think there's a cut through back into the marsh. There's several cut throughs along the way that take you back into the marsh area, and I've never really explored that much, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that. But we're over here, we're gonna, you know, kind of fish. This is just a random clump of Kissimmee grass with hydrilla around it. Got a bite, so we'll kind of poke around here. There's a couple docks back in this little cutaway, this little tiny cove, so we'll check those out. Just fishing. There's another one.